The story you saw first on KXLY, the massive burglary ring hiding in plain sight. Well, Spokane Valley Police are crediting an alert citizen armed with a cell phone camera for shutting down that sophisticated stolen property ring. KXLY4's Jeff Humphrey broke the story on his Twitter account today. Jeff, I understand there are so many victims now, detectives are turning to Facebook to try to return all that loot to the owners?
And Nadine, this is a problem that investigators run into a lot. They find large stashes of property they believe to be stolen, but the owners have not recorded the serial numbers of their valuables, and so there's not a report linking their loot to a recent burglary. This is a cell phone photo taken by a Spokane Valley resident who thought it strange that two men were parked outside the now closed Painted Hills golf course. The pair were backed up to a storage shed and looking like they were ready to load up their trailer with the equipment inside.
He did a great job. He saw something suspicious, and not only did he report that, but he happened to capture a picture of the suspect vehicle.
Arriving officers found padlocks on the storage unit had been cut and things like power washers and air compressors stolen. Meanwhile, the photo was shared with property crimes investigators here at the Spokane Valley Police Department, and 2 weeks later, Detective Roger Knight spotted the forerunner at Upriver in Argonne and began tailing the SUV.
He sees that vehicle that matches that picture identically and turns around and gets patrol officers to come in and stop it, and it ended up being the right vehicle, it seems.
A subsequent investigation linked the driver of the forerunner with a group of people who had rented a storage unit with a credit card stolen from a car at this TJ Meanock Bridge trailhead parking lot. Detectives say the thieves who rented the space were burglarizing other nearby storage units and have now posted the items they recovered on the Sheriff's Office Facebook.
Detectives did search warrants on both of those vehicles, which led them back to several storage units. They did search warrants on those and recovered several items of stolen property.
Investigators then learned that Jason Brioso is one of several people allegedly renting storage units, then burglarizing their neighbors. Tonight, there are several warrants out for Brioso's arrest. And you'll find a link to the Sheriff's Office Facebook page on KXLY.com where you can look at some of that recovered stolen property. And please remember, write down the serial numbers of your valuables so if police find them or if they're pawned, you can get them back, Nadine.
Yeah, good tip there, Jeff. And detectives say they're seeing an increase in storage unit burglaries?
Yeah, they rent these storage units, and then Monday through Friday, when there's not a lot of people at the storage facilities, they're going into other units and taking their time going through your stuff. That's why investigators say if you really care about what you're storing, choose a storage company that records all visits with cameras and has a manager on site who can keep an eye on the place. Nadine?
Good idea. Thanks a lot, Jeff.